Welcome, welcome everyone. If you've been to one of my events, you know the drill. Drop your location in the chat, your name and location. We'd love to see where you're tuning in from. We are in for a treat, like starting the year strong. I'm so excited about this because if y'all know me, I don't really dabble in video as much anymore. And so now we're getting all our questions answered straight from the source. So you don't have to like ask a friend to ask a friend. Like you are getting it straight from the source. Okay. So be prepared to soak up everything that Kimber has to share with us. Ask any questions relating to reels. Don't ask us how you get verified on Instagram. We're talking about reels today. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to this event and for Kimber and the IG team taking the time to start the new year with us. So drop your location, your name in the chat, and I'm going to turn it to you to introduce yourself. Thank you so much again.
Thank you, Holly. I really appreciate it. Hello, hello. We have a good group here. Atlanta's in the house. I see NYC. We got London. It's late for you guys. Thank you for joining. Texas, Georgia. I love it. I'm from Savannah. I love that this group is so diverse, so many different locations. And I'm super excited to be here today. Kimber Warren. I sit on the creative marketing team at Instagram, focusing on all things Reels. And I'm super excited to talk to this group about how to begin, one, to use Reels, but then also how to implement it in your storytelling. And video is super important. So before we start, I see where you guys are coming from. If anybody ever, wants to say hey directly to me, like, let's make this conversational. If anyone wants to like introduce themselves, I'm so interested in learning what type of photography you may do. We can dedicate it like a minute or two if anyone wants to introduce themselves.
Hi, Kimber. I'm Portia.
Okay, go ahead, Portia.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Portia. I am a sports photographer as well as like lifestyle photography as well. So, but my main interest is sports. So.
I love it, Portia. I love that that's sports and we got some females representing over there. I love it.
Where are you based, Portia?
I'm between North Carolina and Georgia. So
okay.
I'm between both states right now, and even in Florida too. But North Carolina is home base right now.
Love it. I was just in Atlanta visiting family. I'm in Charlotte often as well as Florida. So hopefully we can connect. Yes.
Awesome.
Nice to meet you, Portia. Is it, I don't want to mispronounce, but it starts with a J. Is it Johnny? Johnny? Johnny?
Johnny. Yes.
Johnny.
Hi. Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, how are you? My name is Johnny Samson Rogers. I am from Chicago. I'm currently based in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm a mommy of two, and I specialize in sports photography, music. Well, really, I don't want to put limits on my type of photography, but I dabble in sports, lifestyle, and music photography.
That's fair. I would love to learn more about the music photography. We'll have to connect on that soon. But nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Rena?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. My name is Rena. I go by Rena O, my photographer name. And I'm from Houston, but I'm currently in Los Angeles. And I specialize in brand, event, and headshot photography.
Brand and events. All right, I'm gonna have to get your resume because we are always looking for photographers over here at Instagram for brand events. So
I'm here.
Stay tuned. Hey. But nice to meet you. I love Texas too. I love all my Texas people. Candace?
Hi, my name is Candace. I'm currently based in Brooklyn, New York as of 3 weeks. Whoop, whoop. I actually do fashion and portraiture, but am leaning more into the video of like fashion film and all that kind of space.
Oh, you're gonna love this session then about incorporating the video into the fashion space. It's one of our like biggest verticals for anything video. So I'm in Jersey City, so not far from Brooklyn. So maybe we could meet one day. But nice to meet you. Is it Shanitra?
Yep, you got it.
Hey.
So I am Shanitra. I am based in Tampa, and I do more so portraiture, photography and lifestyle.
Love it. Love it. Nice to meet you.
Nice
And
to meet
is
you.
it Satira?
Yes, it is. It is Satara. I can't see myself.
Uh-oh. There we go. I see you
Can y'all
though.
hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it is Satara. My Instagram is ybt.satara. I am a music photographer, live music, BTS, festivals, but I also love to travel. So within my travels, I love to do like documentarian style photography. So I'm trying to get more into that, just kind of like storytelling. Of course, I do like events, birthday parties, and things like that. So I actually just hit, it's pretty funny story. I just hit my first 10K on Reels of a reel I posted yesterday. So it's like 13K now, but I posted it yesterday. And I have like one more that's about to hit it. So then I got the email about this. I was like, look at God.
Yes, look at him. Look at him. Yes, that is
But,
congratulations to you. That's amazing to see that you're using it, and keep using it. You're going to learn a lot from this session. And we'll be talking more about how you can begin to somewhat hopefully monetize a little bit off of the views that you're seeing. So stay tuned. And I see, but nice to meet you. And I see our last one, Kayla.
Hi, my name is Kayla.
I guess there's two Kayla.
Sorry, you go.
Oh, okay.
I'm two Kaylas. I'm sorry, I only see one. Go ahead. It's Kayla Lamar. That's who I see.
Okay. Okay. I'm Kayla Lamar. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I specialize in fashion and portrait photography. And it is one of my New Year's resolutions to make a reel every month for 2022. Maybe more, but yeah.
You could do it. And that's the way to go about it, is really setting purpose, drive. It's really attainable and it's really easy. So giving timing, I love that I'm meeting so many of you guys, and we'll kick it off. I could go so you learn a little bit more about me. I mentioned I'm on the creative marketing team. I'm really simple, like I'm really basic. Go on Instagram. I'm literally Kimber Warren, my first and last name. Feel free to find me, add me, ask me questions. Polly was right, shameless plug, don't ask me to get you verified because I can't, but I could definitely help as much as I can, specifically with Reels. And I definitely want to support this group. So feel free to follow me, at me, and let's keep the conversation going. I'm more than happy to continue to chat with this group. So we'll be going over a little bit today, a really quick, like brief agenda of what we're going to go through is, why Instagram video, the platform is changing. So video really is where it's at. How do I use Reels? What's new on Reels is always things that are launching, that are new, and you may not be familiar with what's recent. Reels do's and don'ts. There are some community guidelines and best practices that you do have to follow. And we want to make sure that you know what those are so you can succeed. And then we'll dive a little bit deeper into Instagram video. So that's some surfaces and some other features that isn't just Reels, but I definitely think that this group should be aware of all video products on platform. So most people have been on Instagram for years. I've been on Instagram for years, and I'm pretty sure this group, most of you guys have been on Instagram for years, but Instagram is not just one thing, and it doesn't want to be. We want to make sure that you are able to be creative, however you choose to be creative, however you choose to show up. We don't want you to consider yourself being a part of a box. We want you to feel free to do whatever you want to do, to voice it how you want to voice it, to change your mind, to try new things. That's what Instagram stands for. Whether it be your video, your feed, your stills, it's you. It's representative of how you want to show up. And I wanted to share this one creator who I'm loving right now. Her name is President Kennedy. Some of you may be familiar with her. She has a pretty deep following, especially within the Black community. One reason why I do love her as a creator is because she truly taps into every Instagram surface. And I'm not saying that everybody wants to be a creator. That may not be your goal, But if you are aware of what is available to you, you will know how to better utilize it for what your passion or what your creativity may be to express to your audience and build that growth that you want. President Kennedy, she's really good. She uses feed.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I don't think we're seeing your slides change.
Are you not seeing how to do what show up today? No.
Other people can weigh in, but I think I'm seeing
No, we don't see
We're
anything.
seeing your beautiful headshot.
Oh. Let's see. Let me stop sharing 1 second.
While she does that, please, if you can, drop your Instagram link in the chat where we can check everyone out, and maybe you can all follow each other while we fix the slides.
Let's give it
Should
one
I
more
get
go.
the link or is the app okay?
Now?
Yes, we see the current slide and next slide and the presenter notes.
Oh, you see the presenter notes. Okay. What I don't want you to see is the presenter notes because no one wants to read all that stuff. Still seeing presenter notes?
No, I see the just the slide. How
Yeah,
to
we just see the slide.
Okay, got it. Okay, so let me go back.
Amazing.
And President Kennedy?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yay!
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you, Brooke, for
Glad it's
that.
working. Also, like, shameless shout out to Brooke DeVard. She's also on the creative marketing team. But I'm so glad she's able to join. She also works on all things video with me as well. So it's glad to have like another familiar face on the team. But President Kennedy, I love her right now. She's killing it. She uses her feed, she uses stories, live video, reels, you name it, to share her lifestyle, her workout, her fitness journey, and just her all around like fabulousness. But for those who may not know some of the different types of surfaces, let's kind of walk through so you kind of understand like the purpose of all these different tools. So feed, we all know what our feed is, but feed should really be used when you want to share your favorite moments, those favorite pictures or videos. That's when you really should use feed, those moments that you really want people to see and highlight. Stories, that's your everyday behind the scenes use. You know, we all use it. We're all now familiar with it. It's a habit that we formed. This is what you want to have, like that everyday ongoing convo that you have with your audience, your fans, or you just want people to see what you do throughout the day. Live is where you want to invite people to join in and participate with you. Have that like one-on-one intimate conversation in real time. And then Instagram video, this is what you may be creating outside of Reels. You may upload a video that's not necessarily a Reel, but we're now calling it Instagram video. You may have known it as IGTV, but we have formally changed that name now to Instagram video. And then we have Reels, the new shiny present and gift of all things Instagram right now. This is where you really should be sharing short form video that is entertaining, that's inspiring, and that it reaches new audiences. So before we go deeper into Reels, because that's what this session is about, really a lot of things Reels and video, by a show of hands, use your virtual hands. And we already know one person created an amazing Reel with 10K followers. Who has created a Reel already? Oh, wow. Y'all, this warmed my heart. Yes, I love it. I love to see it. And like, for those who do follow me, let me know how they're performing. I want to hear how your engagement is on Reels. It's good to know that we do have this group of photographers that is diving into video. Just gut checking. You guys see the next screen?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it's so good that so many of you guys have created Reels, but you know, if you want a shot at success on Instagram, Reels really is that tool that can give you easily unconnected views. It brings your creative ideas to life. You get discovered and you build community. It really is a first of its kind on Instagram, where you are able to not only just share with your friends, but people are able to discover you based off your reels. It really is the first that really has helped the growth of a lot of creators within the community. But now that we're going deeper into reels, you may be like, okay, for those who haven't created a reel, and I know earlier we heard someone had a challenge. How do I use reels for those who may not be so familiar? So let's dive a little deeper into how you can get kind of oriented with the reels camera and some of the tools and effects. So this is a quick image of what you see in reels camera. There's multiple ways to get into like the reels camera. You can, swipe right where you typically open up stories, scroll over to reels section. You can hit the plus icon at the top and tap reels. That's another way you could kind of get into it as well. But when you go into the reels camera, there are like a few things that you're going to see. You're going to see the length of the duration of your reel. You can film anywhere from 15 to 60 seconds right now. Simply just double tap or tap rather the length, and it'll give you the duration of your choice. You also have the option to select your audio. I encourage you, I plead with you, I beg of you, use the music library on Instagram. It is the most massive social media music library out there. Definitely add your music and begin to edit to the beat or to the music that we already have on the library. We also have speed controls. Typically, most people can film in 1 speed, but you can also go to 2x. It's really up to you to have fun and play with that. We also have the timer. If you want to time it so it can record for you, you have that. You may have noticed that the effects have also changed, just like a star above the camera icon. If you tap that, the effects tray will open up and you'll be able to play with all the different filters, effects, all the fun things that can make your content fun and cheeky. And then the multi-clip shutter. This is, this from stories. Hold your finger and it can record it, record your reel. So that's like the lay of the ground to how the camera works once you get into reels itself. But I also want to talk about some really cool features that come with reels. So you may have heard of Remix. Remix allows you to engage with like other creators in like a side-by-side expression or reaction. You may want to react to trends. Specifically for this group, we had some sports photographers. Maybe we can be reacting to video content of plays that you might have already captured. We had some lifestyle. Maybe you want your audience to remix the outfit you're wearing, what you choose to show us to get ready with me. Remix really is a fun and engaging way that you can, have some fun with your audience. It's also really easy to find if you are within the Reels tab where you end up seeing Reels. If you tap those 3 dots, you'll see this pop up and you'll see remix this reel, and you'll see like side-by-side angles. We have some like fun remix opportunities coming this year. So stay tuned and stay close to all the fun like remix opportunities. And so just a little bit of, again, of like how to remix. What you'll see when you're on Instagram, you'll see like a full view of reels, of an original reel, something that may excite you. Like, actually, I want to participate. I want to tag along in the trend. Or what I always encourage any creator or any person using Remix to do, or if you want someone to remix you, is to tell them to do that in the CTA. Remix me. We had some music photography. Hey, what do y'all think about this music video? What do you think about if I film this artist or capture the content with this artist? Like, remix me and let me know who you want me to shoot next. And if people do that, they would go to remix this option. They'll begin a recording a reel side by side to whatever your CTA is, your call to action. And then once they begin to edit, they can play with, they can add a voiceover, they can add captions, they can add copy, they can add stickers to make it really fun and unique to them. But I encourage everyone, especially if you are diving into any of those challenges, or if you're creating reels, it's an easy way to kind of take away the barrier of fear because you don't have to do it alone. So remixing is an easy way to kind of get it out there and participate with someone else versus just yourself. And then we have the Reels tab. So at the bottom of your home screen, you may notice a Reels icon. This is where you can go to find dedicated Reels that is easily discoverable. People often open this and they just scroll. So we encourage you to do that. This is how you can get the most exposure. When gaining new followers, always share it to the Reels tab. You do have the option to toggle off if you don't want to, but I encourage everyone to definitely share to the Reels tab. So just a little bit more, and then I'll stop and pause for questions. I definitely want to hear what you all have to say about Reels, but I do want to share what's new on Reels recently. We've had a lot of things change recently, a lot of features, a lot of announcements. So I kind of want to share what's new and exciting to you guys so you can begin to incorporate it. Voice effects. So now you are able to record your reel and you can use another like voiceover, not just your own, but you can have a fun one. You can have a robot, you can have a helium type voice, like you can add something fun to your content. Again, like this can also be like another way to take away the barrier. If you don't want your voice on there, use another one, play around with it. But voice effects have become extremely popular. If you tap effects where I showed you like that little star, you can have the option to kind of play with the audio controls from here. And then text to speech, captions is super important. So once you record your reel, you can use the text tool to add the text to the video. And then you can play around with like the bubble and the 3 dot to kind of put text to speech. You can have 2 voice options to do this as well. One thing to always note is a lot of people tend to listen with sound off for video and reels. So text to speech and captions are super important. I encourage everyone to always remember that when you are capturing content. People tend to listen to sound off. Let people know what you hear. Also, there are people with disabilities. So text to speech and captions are super important when you create a reel. Super beat was a fun one. To all of my people who are my music photographers out there working with any of the artists, super beat was a fun one. It actually changes the effect, the super beat of the song. So it can either pulsate, it can rattle, whatever the song of the beat can be. That's been a really popular one, as well as dynamic and 3D lyrics. Again, another one for the music lovers out there. The lyrics to the song will pop up and you are able to play with the sizing. You are able to play with the color. And it's just really fun to dive in, especially like if there's certain songs that you love. It's an easy one to use. A new one that's really been buzzing, and you may have already seen it because it's 2 names side by side, is what we're calling collabs. So now you're able to tag a collaborator in the content that you share. So, a good one for this group can definitely be any of the lifestyle photographies that maybe in Charlotte or Brooklyn, and you want to partner together to show what both of your days may look like. You can easily collab with someone. And when you begin to be a collaborator, you share the same views and you also share the same likes, I believe. So, and then you could grow your audience at the same time. So once you create the reel, you'll have an option to invite collaborator, and then it will send them the collaboration. And once they accept it, you both will be able to post and view together. Our most recent one is reply to comments with reels. Y'all, I'm so excited about this one because you can now reply to a comment with a reel. And so as you can see in the mock, one of the commenters, I want to see how you made this smoothie. You can actually create another reel walking through. I added bananas, I added spinach, I added blueberries, and you can reply with the reel. It brings expression, creativity. It gets people inspired. You can use it to incentivize your audience, to encourage you for what you want to show next. Right now, I'm capturing portraits. What do you want to see me capture next? You know, it's a fun and engaging way, all about collaboration. I really love this tool and I encourage everyone to really do it. It's really simple. Once you hit reply, the camera icon will pop up and it'll pop you back into the Reels camera and you'll be able to use it from there. So that was a lot. I wanted to take a quick second to see if there's any questions. I went through a lot of features, but you guys let me know. Do you have any questions? Oh, I see some.
Yes, I see some hands raised. So thank you for those who are doing that. Please raise your hand. We'll do it in order. There was one question in the chat from Kayla asking, okay, actually, Kayla, if you are able to unmute and you can ask your question, because I'm trying to find it and it got lost in the chat. So not Kayla Lamar, but the other Kayla.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so I've heard like with Reels being successful, not to cross post like a reel that has, or a video that has like the TikTok logo on it, and then not to record with your native camera app, just because the algorithm will like sense that and it won't put it on as many like explore pages. And I just wanted to know if that was true and if you suggest shooting directly from the Reels camera.
We talk about this a little bit in the like Reels do's and don'ts, but high level, watermarks are not encouraged. It really is a don't. So, you know, third-party watermarks is something that you should or would want to remove from your content. It's not that it won't get seen. It's not that you can't post it. You can post it with the watermark if you want to. But as far as things going in the Reels tab, discoverability, yes, the ask is to not have third-party watermarks. But if you want to post it with the watermark, you definitely can. Totally up to you. And then as far as like the algorithm goes, recording within the in Reels camera is always encouraged, but you are allowed to use whatever app you have. If you have InShot, if you are recording on your camera first, like that's fine as well. You're not going to be like penalized for things like that. But I do encourage you to use the camera because the features are just easier to do within the camera. When you do begin to add like all these other third-party apps, it sometimes just becomes a little like diluted. So I definitely encourage you to film within the camera. However, like if you are using those other apps, you will be fine.
Thank you so much.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, we'll dive deeper into like that a little bit more too in the do's and don'ts.
Cool. Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Candace, do you still have your question? Okay, great. Taylor, yep, next.
Hi everyone, thank you. So my question is for the insights. I've noticed that with in-feed posts, you can like view how many people have viewed your profile after going to like watching your feed post, but unless I missed it, I don't think that's a feature in Reels. Are there any plans for that, or am I missing it? Like, is that a thing already?
You're asking to see how many people view your Reels?
No, how many go to my profile after viewing my Reels?
Oh, go to your profile. You know what? That may not be an insight quite yet. Let me take that as a question and answer item to double check. I know you're able to see like your likes, your posts, your demographics, where they're coming from. But if they're clicking through to your profile, I'm not sure. Let me double check. I can always get back to you on that, and I'll work with Polly to get your contact information.
Okay, perfect.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Taylor. Vanicia.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vanicia. I have two questions. I hope that's okay. The first one is like, what are some best practices for, I guess, showcasing the Reels? Like, is it recommended to have them actually show on your profile feed? Because I know there's also option to hide them too. And also curious about like the cover images as well.
I recommend to share it in both places. You know, it's really up to your comfort level, but I recommend to sharing it to your feed as well as to the Reels tab. If your goal is to get discovered, if your goal is to grow, if your goal is to get views, and if your goal is to just get wide distribution of people to know about your talent, you should be sharing to the Reels tab. You can eventually take it away from your feed if you want to. So that's up to like your comfort level, but I suggest to share to both. And then I'm sorry, what was the second one?
I didn't actually, yeah, I didn't want to
okay.
Load everyone. So I guess, okay, so I am a huge lover of mobile video and Reels, but I have an Android and I feel like sometimes, I don't know if that interferes with my capabilities. Sometimes like my cover images, they show up upside down, or the quality I feel like isn't that good. So I don't know if there's maybe any additional updates or things I need to just be mindful of when I'm doing my Reels.
Oh, my Android lovers. My Android lovers, I do not have like a solve for, I do not have a solve for that. But you know, intentionally, like it is, the Instagram is also for Android users as well. So I don't want you to think like you're not getting no love because you're an Android user. But sometimes rollouts can tend to be at a different pace for Android. And that really has nothing to do with like Instagram. That also has to do with distributors. So that's just something to keep in mind. Always keep your app updated. Always, always, always. You know, if it automatically does it, great, but go back and check it. I encourage everyone to do that, especially Android users. So I don't have an exact answer, but really keep your app updated and stay close to like rollouts. If you don't receive it right away, it doesn't mean you won't get it. It's just at a different pace. So, of course. I do have a little bit more to go through, and we're going to have another Q&A. So keep those questions coming. The 3 hands that I see up here, please raise them back up. I do have a few more things that I wanted to share with you guys about video, and then we'll have like another Q&A process.
Perfect.
There are also a few things about Reels that you may have already seen. These are just a few things I kind of wanted you guys to know about. Like I mentioned, we're 60 seconds now. Caption stickers on Reels. Remember, sound off is really important. So I encourage everyone to convert your conversation to text. We also launched a lot of AR filters. I play around with them a lot just because they're fun and engaging. So, you know, it's easy, a low lift thing to play around with. We launched a lot of them, and you can also check out @creators. They always post like what filters are new and fun. And then now we have rename original audio. So if you upload any of your original audio, you are able now to like change it. So that way people can find the audio that you do upload a little bit easier. And trends are a big thing on Reels. If you ever want to know what trends are popular, make sure to follow @creators. They post the weekly Reels trend report. It's typically around 3. They'll have the popular tracks and music. They may even have some best practices or case studies of people that are doing really well on Reels. It's very informative. It posts bi-weekly, so every other Thursday. So this Thursday, it will be posting on @creators. And this is @creators profile, so make sure you follow them as well for all things video on Instagram. But Reels do's and don'ts, because we did have some questions on this, and I want to make sure we kind of walk through a little bit of that. So what we want you to do, we want you to post a reel that's entertaining, that's fun, that makes people smile, it grabs their attention, it makes them laugh, you know, a surprise, a twist, pull them in. Again, it needs to be inspiring. If starting a trend or something that people can easily participate in, or they easily feel as if like, I can relate to this. This is something that is me. I actually do this. And that way they may want to contribute or chime in and participate on your reel. Use the creator tools. I mentioned using the camera. It really does help when you are using like Instagram text, the filters, the effects, remixes, really, really good. All those things you want to try to use. Vertical video, I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell this group much about that, but that's super important. That 9:16 aspect ratio is just important, just because how video is situated. You don't want your video cut off on the side. You don't want that black box. Like, it's super important how you choose to upload it. 9:16 is the way to go on that. Again, use that music from Instagram Music Library or original audio to create the best reels. Again, another thing about the music audio is that once you use it, people can easily tap that audio and your reel will pop up as examples. So I encourage you to use the audio within the music library. Follow the community guidelines. It's online. Please don't go against those. We don't want any bootsy moments out there, because they will take you down. And it's an experiment. Have fun, try it. You know, I know it can be intimidating, but really take away that pressure, be yourself, and make sure it works for you. And then this is what we don't want you to do. We don't want you to post anything that's blurry, that has like that low resolution. And that sometimes happens when you use third-party apps. So be mindful of that. If it is a visibly recycled watermark from other apps, that's something that we are not encouraging you to do when you post a reel. So third-party apps, really try to get those watermarks down. If it's uploaded with a border around it, it just doesn't look good. You're cut off. It's just not really good quality content, and people aren't going to stay around to watch it. Anything sexually suggestive, alcohol, weapons, drugs, profanity, don't do it. And then please remember, when you do use hashtags, try not to use hashtags that are like, oh, feature me, explore page. Those are boring. We do not encourage you to do that. You won't get a broader distribution just because you use it. Use hashtags that really are about your content. If you are a music photographer, say that. If you are capturing certain things in a city, say that. If you're a coffee lover, say that. Be very specific about your hashtags. So try to avoid like the feature me. It won't encourage you to get broader distribution. So we talked about Reels deep dive, and we'll go further into like Q&A, but there are other video surfaces on Instagram that I do want to point out to this group. And so you may have seen the video tab now on your profile. That play button is any other video that you post on Instagram that's not a reel. So what we call Instagram video now, AKA the previous IGTV stuff, will show up under here. Or if you upload a video as a feed video, it will show up under this play tab as well. You also may notice that some of videos will be in full screen view now. If you play them, this is pretty much most people are seeing this now, but you will see any full screen when it's 60 seconds or longer. And then when you do add video, again, you can tap on that plus sign up at the top of your feed. If you add video this way, you'll be able to tap on the top corner. And then again, full screen view, you'll be able to tag people, products, add your location, all before you share it. So these are some things that are available for other video products outside of Reels. And then when you create your video, we hinted at it, but I want to drive these into this group. Ask yourself, and people who are making resolutions and dedications to do more Reels, ask yourself, does it stand out? Is it shareable? Is it something I care about? And you may hear this often, like, oh, it really has to be unique to you, or, you know, you have to be yourself. It works. It works. I'm telling you, be yourself. That's what's going to draw people in. That's what people want to see. Don't do something you think is popular. Do something that's you and something that you care about, and you'll see the content flourish. So ask yourself those 3 things when you go about creating any video. And then, did it go away?
Yes.
Right at the end. Yeah, I can't even find it myself. Tapped out. One second, let me stop sharing.
I love Creole Soul, by the way.
She done got me through some things. She's like all I'm listening to right now.
Yeah.
In the meantime, while I try to find it, let's take 1 or 2 questions.
I see Sang Louis. Please correct me if I said your name wrong. You can unmute yourself and ask your question, or drop it in the chat.
Hi, it's Sang Lu. Thanks for having this event today. It's really insightful. I don't know, Kimber, if I'm saying your name correctly, because I hopped on like 2 seconds ago. But my question is, in terms of like community guidelines, I'm not sure if this is like your department or not. What happens when you get like shadow banned, or if your account, like you're not able to post? So like with my photography account, I don't really post often, and my New Year's resolution was to post some more this year. But whenever my clients tag me, it automatically tells them that the post is removed because it doesn't go, so it goes against community guidelines. So I basically like disabled my account. I'm trying to get my name back. I think it's like on Saturday or so. But yeah, because I was just like, is there a specific process in terms of what we should be looking out for? Or I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of sounds like you may have kind of gotten hacked. I'm not sure. I don't think you're being shadow banned, especially if someone's trying to tag you. It may be their content, not necessarily you getting taken down. But let me, if you can send like a small breakdown to Polly, let me take it back on my end to kind of understand what's happening on your account. I'm not sure why that may be happening. But I don't think you're being shadow banned. I think that it may be some form of either the content people are trying to tag you in is against policy guidelines, or something may be happening with your account.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I wish I had a better answer for that.
No, you're
but it doesn't
fine.
sound as if like you're going against community guidelines.
Right. I'm like, this is a picture of a flower. So okay.
There's
I
something
guess
more to that. So I could definitely try to dig into that. Let me take that on. And if you can just send like some notes to Polly, I will take it.
okay. I guess I'll just go off camera for the next person and ask for your info in the chat, I guess, or
Yeah, I'll send you my information and we'll just talk offline to get that resolved.
Yep.
Thank
so
you.
Sure.
We'll take one more. Xavier.
Hey guys. Thank you for your insight. Kimber, am I saying your name right? Okay,
Yep,
good.
Kimber.
So my question don't really pertain to Reels because I'm that's still a new world that I'm aiming to get into. But my aim is to ask more about the photo, the quality. I don't know if that's your department, but I realize I've been posting more. That's also my resolution. But I realized, and I looked up the image sizing, and I'm not sure if it was updated, but for when I first last looked at it, it was 1080 by 1080. I don't know if that's correct, but when I export my photos and I put it up, it seems like the coloring and the quality is still a little dull. Is that something that Instagram is happening to improve on, or is I have to update the app, or like what's the protocol on
Always
that?
update your app. Like first and foremost, always update your app. I'm not sure if there's anything about the quality of the photos. Typically, how you post is how it does show up on Instagram. I am wondering maybe if it's like the sizing format, that may be an issue, maybe it may be too large. But not my department, but doesn't mean that I'm not going to try to find out. I'm not aware of any updates on photos and how they may be trying to increase the quality anytime soon. Can I ask, are you uploading it from your phone or like desktop?
No, so here's the thing. I exported from Lightroom and then I send it to myself through my phone because that's the best. From my understanding, it's the best way to post on Instagram. And so basically, whatever I'm exporting, it's from Lightroom to my phone.
Typically that works
to Instagram
because I do it.
Right,
Typically that
to
works.
Instagram. So it's kind of weird because like those certain colors like will not pop up, it would be dull, or I just feel like the image would be soft, and I know it coming from my computer is sharp, so it's kind of weird. I'm like, am I doing something wrong?
Why don't you send me one or two examples of what you're referencing, and then I can take it to Kimber offline so we can see if it's a deeper issue. I just want to be mindful of time since there's 15 minutes left. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Xavier. Yeah, we'll definitely try to figure that out as well. The last slides, I found it, but I understand we only have like 15 minutes. Really is just about, it's okay, I won't present it, but it really is just about insights. And I did know we had a question about that, about one thing that is new is that you are able to kind of see how your accounts are being reached. So I don't know from this group who has a creator account or like a business account, where you are able to see like your pro dashboard and you are able to see your insights, how many accounts is reached, like your top countries. Is more information about your audience now. So I encourage you to dive deep into it. I know we have a question about the Reels insights and whether or not people are typing your profile. I'll take that back to the insights team to kind of understand if that is available, or if that's something that hopefully I can share that's possibly on the roadmap. But if so, I hope so. So remember to go to your insights and your pro dashboard. And then I'm not sure who has performed live here, but stay tuned. There are some really exciting live things coming down the pipeline, but you can now schedule your live event, and you can also make sure that your audiences never miss a live anymore. And then you can also practice your live privately. I think some people get scared to go live, but you can now practice privately. So try it out. I've tested it before, and it's really awesome. So that's a feature to try out. And also all this stuff is on at Creators, but I just want to make sure that group knows about that. So we could go back into Q&A.
Yes, I mean, now I'm the one who needs to try that live privately.
Yeah, you can do it privately now.
That's amazing. Okay, so just gonna do lightning round of some questions.
Yeah.
I see Zoom user, I think that was Lisa. You said you have a burning question. Please drop it in the chat. Let's see. Candace, your hand is raised. Go ahead.
Actually, this is just to answer the question about the low quality post. In your settings under data, it'll say you have to turn on post like high quality photos. It's a new update and it automatically puts everything in the low res, but turn it on and you'll get high res photos again. That's all.
I love it.
That's an iPhone?
Yes.
Yeah. It's iPhone.
Okay. No, that's good for me. Even though I don't even know if I knew that.
I love it. I love it. You mentioned professional and creators, a business and creators account. Is there a major difference since these are all creators? Should they switch on to creator mode?
Yeah, I encourage creator mode. That's really how you really see your insights. Business accounts really are like just that. The thing about business accounts though is that you don't have access to everything. So your music library will not be as robust because we have to pay for licensing and things of that sort. So businesses don't have like a full music robust library, and the insights are different. So you aren't seeing what like maybe a creator sees on the back end. So if you are a creator, if your brand is like your business, my suggestion is to have a creator account.
Thank you so much for that distinction. I think Lisa, go ahead. Let's see. And
hi everyone, I'm Lisa.
Keep your questions related to Reels for Reels 101. So if they are nitty gritty, just hold off on that question. So is this the Reels question?
It is a Reels question because I was doing Reels on Polaroid. Anytime I I shoot analog, so anytime I load film, I do a behind the scenes reel of it. But then the pictures got pulled for breaking community guidelines. And it was very strange because there is a Playboy photographer and she reshot the exact same pictures on Polaroid and they never removed her reel. And I don't know, I went up to the highest chain, which is that board of people where you submit the case to and the different email that they supposed to have gotten, they're not going to get back to me, but they're going to somewhat tell me the outcome of the case. And I never heard back from it.
When was this?
This was 3 months ago. I did a reenactment of a very famous Playboy cover in yellow monochrome with the limited edition Polaroids, and I actually pitched it to them. So they have 3 girls who actually shoot Playboy for them. And one of the girls lives in Italy and she posts everything. Like she does all her reels behind the scene, even when they're taking their clothes off, every single thing. All her pictures on her whole page are completely new. Nothing is marked, nothing is visual out or anything. Anytime I post women of color, anywhere slightly, they flag me so funny. It's the exact same picture. I actually did a reenactment of the same cover she did. In fact, I can actually put it up and show everybody side by side. We did the exact same shoot. I just did mine on Polaroid. She did hers on color and I did mine on yellow monochrome. That's it.
We have an internal team that I actually would love to get this in front of. These type of things do happen. One, sexually explicit content, which this is on both sides. Well, basically both of them probably should be taken down. That's just something that the platform does not encourage. So what sucks is it shouldn't be yours taken down only. It should be hers as well. But I am interested in learning more about the case and who you submitted this to, because I do think this is a really good case study to get in front of this group that handles moments like this, where Black creators are seeing takedown quicker and faster versus other creators.
I'll send it to you.
So
I'll DM it to you.
But send it to me. I think that now I can control it. I cannot control whether that content will be put back up. And I think the sexually explicit part is why I got taken down. The question that I have that I want to put in front of into this group is, how are we going to balance this, and how are we going to make sure that this is not just happening to Black creators? So please send it to me, because I'm curious about that.
Cool, thanks.
Thank you so much. There's a few questions in the chat. If you were to switch from business mode to creator mode, would you lose those insights?
From the business side?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, from your business side, if you switch it. So yeah, you would lose it. But if you are, I guess it would kind of be like what insights you need versus what you aren't getting from the creator side. I think from a creator side, the business account, like, you're just not going to get all of the insights that a creator would get, as well as like you're not going to get the music library. Those are the two things that like stands out. So weigh your odds on that. Or if you want to keep that business account, start another creator account so you can have both.
Thank you for that. And then you mentioned some hashtags to avoid using. Is there, best practices for the amount of hashtags? 5, 10, does it matter?
It doesn't. It does not matter. It matters the purpose. Like, you want to be very directional in your hashtags that you use. And I would encourage, like, me personally, it's not an Instagram number at all by any means, but I think anywhere from like 6 to 10 is fair. But you want to make sure that it's not like feature me, explore page, like, get realistic of what it is. You can also search hashtags that are really popular to kind of see like, okay, are people actually looking at this? So, do your hashtag research. There isn't an exact number, but I find that if I was to post content, or when I see others post it, a healthy 6 to 10 can do well, but that's not an Instagram number. That's just what I see from other creators.
Thank you so much. Satara, go ahead.
Hey guys, thank you. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, I'll try to make this quick. I am a music photographer, so most of my actual posts that I post as artists and things like that, but I really want to use the reels in video form because I also work in entertainment as like more of a way to show like my passions, as far as like I love to travel, volunteering, and just helping other people. So I guess as far as somebody who has a brand, because I have a business account, I'm gonna see if I can make it a creator account. But would me posting reels that's not technically the target of my like actual post, is that like, will that kind of hinder me in any way? If that question makes sense.
I think I may need more context, but it doesn't sound like it's going to hinder you at all. You're saying if you post a reel on your business account, will creators not see it or something? Is that?
Well, like I want to eventually have a creator account. I thought they were the same thing. I didn't know it was different. But basically, different. Like, for example, I like shoot festivals and stuff. So like one of my biggest photos was when I shot Young Dolph at One Music Fest. I was his photographer. So, but I also went to Thailand for New Year, but like that's the kind of stuff I want to put on reels, like my travel stuff, or like, just interviewing people, or just more so like the passion side of what I love to do aside from music, but it's like not the same content, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So you can still post it. I don't think like you're going to have like any, but like the algorithm will be fine. It's just whether or not your audience will resonate with it. So it's something that if I were you, will sit back and do somewhat of like an audience audit, or like the audience that you want to talk to. If most of your audience is music lovers and they love you from your photographer, it doesn't mean that they won't engage with your content, but you have to maybe keep in mind that they may not be the demographic that you want for your travel. And so, but test it out. I'm big on testing. Test it out. You won't like the algorithm or nothing. Don't worry about that. You want to just see if you're going to get engagement. If you aren't getting the engagement, and if you aren't getting like the views and the likes that you see from your music, you may want to think about creating another travel and lifestyle account separate from that. But
like,
it's your life. Kind of find ways to weave it all together.
That's what I was saying.
Find ways to weave it together, so people can experience all of you. And there's ways to do that. It's ways to do that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Good question. A question in the chat. I remember, and I like this question because I remember opening my phone one time. I was like, "Ooh, $800 to make this real." So, I mean, that could help me acquire some new braids or something. I mean, so somebody asked, is there still that monetization thing happening? Those incentives for folks to utilize Reels?
Yes, they are there. Y'all, please utilize. If you are in the US, I will caveat with that. A lot of the incentive programs are US with a slow rollout to other markets. But if you are in the US, if you are constantly making reels that are like hitting certain viewpoints, you will automatically get a notification within app that says like, hey, you want to try Reels Play? And you could get paid for views for your reels. So that exists. It's called like Reels Play. If you are creating kind of at the moment, like the 10K one was a good one, but it's certain things that they do look for before they send that note. Like, are you creating maybe often? Are you a creator? Things of that sort. So it's not that like anybody create a reel can get money off of it. No, there are a few requirements that they do look for, but it is pretty easy money, y'all. It's free. Create these reels, and yes, you can get $800. And then also you have badges. So Reels does have badges where if it is like your favorite creator, you can send them money, through a badge, whether it's 99 cents or up, things like that. So there are ways to monetize on Reels. And then one thing I can say is once you begin to open doors like that, it also unlocks things like brand partnerships. So I encourage everyone to, if you see a pop-up that says Reels Play, Reels bonuses, get this money. It is out there to use. I definitely encourage you to use it.
Is that posted within the at creators, or where is that, like all the different benchmarks and requirements?
Yes, it's on at creators. Okay. They have a lot of content, but take your time and sift through. You will see content on Reels badges. You will see some on Reels bonuses, Reels Play. And I think they just launched like some of that stuff. And then also today we launched subscriptions. That's very slow rollout. But for creators, they are able to now add subscriptions, and your followers can now subscribe to you directly, and you can create content specifically for them. So there's ways to make money, but At Creators is your best resource to find anything from a monetization incentive standpoint.
Amazing. One final question for those who are based internationally, and some of these rollouts are catered to US markets first. What are some other ways that they can utilize Reels or get on your guys' radar for different opportunities?
Yeah. So the thing about international, it's not that like if it was up to product, they create products for everybody to use. It's not like just US focused. They want everyone to use it. A lot of times if it's not in a market, it really has to do with like licenses and things that we're being told, like either you have to pay for music licensing. Like we're not going to put a product out there and you can't have like the music part to it, or you can't have the captions and the voices to it. Those things do have licenses, which is why sometimes it's not in some of those markets, unfortunately. The best way to get like recognize the trend report, those markets actually post it as well. They have them out there. At Creators will sometimes post the EMEA market, the LATAM market, get on some of those trends to get noticed. If you are an international creator, build up your following, hashtags, use Reels. This really is like the best way to do it. And for whoever may have like asked that question, Polly, if you could just send me their name, I would love to see like their account. And if there is anything from like that I may be missing from an international standpoint, but Reels really like all over is like the way to go, but there may be some other things that maybe I can connect that person with from some of our international teams.
Absolutely. That was from Jess in Lagos, Nigeria, but I will send you her information and some of the other information after this as well. We are at time, everyone, but thank you so much for your burning questions. Thank you for sticking it to Reels, no verification questions. I love that. Kimber, anything that we need to know before we close?
You know what, this is, I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to do this. This is a community, and this is a community one that we want to begin to highlight even more on Instagram. And this is just one of the many things that we plan on doing for Black women, creative women who are taking the charge in industries such as this. So stay tuned for some fun and exciting things coming down the pipeline. I'm so excited and I love the art that you guys have. I am available, DMs. I will do my best to try to answer any questions offline. But Reels really is the way to go. Video is the way to go for Instagram. So I want everyone here to be successful. I really encourage you to continue to use video and Reels to tell your story. Find a way to weave in your uniqueness into the photos and behind the scenes to your audience. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here. And I'm looking forward to hopefully connecting with some of you and keeping conversations going. I don't want this to be the last time I talk to some of you. So again, and Polly, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak to this group.
Absolutely. This will not be the last. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you everyone who tuned in. I will share her IG and I will share this recording in our Slack channel. So thank you all so much and have a wonderful evening. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, guys.